What if I told you that everything that you know about YouTube from a money making standpoint is wrong? You've been lied to, you've been led astray, and it isn't your fault. We all start off this YouTube dream kind of the same way, right? We are frustrated with our current situation. Maybe we want to make some extra income, some passive income, and we finally figured out, or at least we believe, that YouTube is the best way. And then we're taught to just go out there and create content, and then the money is going to come rolling in. We will eventually monetize with the YouTube Partner Program, and life will be great. But 99% of the people that start creating content on YouTube don't understand the basics. And again, the gurus out there are really behind it. All of the big name gurus out there, I'm going to say most of them, have sold you a bill of goods, have not given you the best way until now. I'm going to pull back the curtain. I'm going to unveil the secrets that the big guys know that you should probably know too. I'm going to give you a bunch of tips, tricks, tactics based on my experience, based on my failures of getting started with YouTube, because I'm just like you. I started off YouTube with the hope and dream of getting paid by the partner platform, by AdSense, getting that check on the 21st of every month and riding off into the sunset. But for most people, that never happens. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what most creators don't know about the basics of making money on YouTube so that you can start being more strategic. You can actually make more money. You'll be happier. You won't feel like you have to constantly be on the content hamster wheel. Number one, I would say probably the biggest mistake is instead of providing entertainment, provide education. And there's a bunch of reasons for it. 10, 15, 20 years ago, YouTube was all about entertainment. Great. It's no longer like that. People come to YouTube because they have a question, they have a problem, and you can be that person to answer the question and solve that problem so that you can provide the education that they need. In addition, when you create educational content where you're solving problems, and when I say education, I'm not talking about whipping out your calculator and teaching people calculus. I'm talking about taking a skill that you already know how to do, whether it's in something like AutoCAD. It could be something as simple as teaching people how to use Canva. It could be teaching people how to play video games better. Teach them how to do something easier, faster, more efficiently. Give them skills, because everything out there is a skill. Playing video games and winning is a skill. Drafting in AutoCAD is a skill, and everything else in between, right? So the problem with entertainment content is people change, right? Things that were funny 15, 20, 30 years ago are no longer funny. The Office, which is my favorite TV show, which was hilarious and I still watch to this day, probably would not have made it out of its third, fourth, or fifth season now, because it would have been too offensive, or the jokes couldn't have been told the same way. And the same goes for entertainment. The other problem with entertainment is that you've got to constantly figure out ways to entertain people. You've got to constantly perform. When you create educational content, that content's relevant for forever. You could create a tutorial teaching someone how to throw a pass in Madden 25, for example, and there's always going to be someone out there that wants to learn. There could be a kid or a young adult that picked up the game used, and now they want to learn how to play it. So going forward, figure out a way to incorporate education into your niche. Most likely you have, if you're creating videos, you have a way, your niche can provide educational content. Now, that's not to say that your content needs to be 100% education. It can still have entertainment mixed in, but you want to include education so that some of your videos have staying power. Some of your videos will get views 6 or 8 years later. I don't want to say 6, 7, but they are relevant and valuable going forward. Number 2, videos are the beginning of the journey and not the end. And this is really important for people to understand. Oftentimes, people think of the video as the solution. It's the thing. But in reality, I feel like you should look at videos on YouTube as the front door to other things that you're offering. I like to use the example of YouTube is a traffic source, right? People are going up and down. I like to think of YouTube kind of like a highway. It can be the Autobahn if you live in Germany. It could be I-94 if you live in the United States. But people are getting on YouTube and driving up and down the highway at high rates of speed. Sometimes they're just swiping on YouTube Shorts. Sometimes they're on the desktop and they're scrolling and looking for answers. What you want to do is you want to position yourself as one of those giant McDonald's logos. You know how when you're driving down the road, you've got the logos there, and the whole goal is to get you or get your audience, get someone that's interested to veer off and stop and get a bite to eat. And that's how you should look at YouTube as well. Because you don't own the platform, you are just using the platform to get attention and get traffic. That is, in my experience, in my opinion, the best way to use it. You don't want to put all of your eggs in the YouTube basket because YouTube can be taken from you at any point. In fact, we're seeing larger creators getting banned. In fact, this account might get banned. And so use YouTube as a way to get in front of targeted people and understand that they're going to the internet because they have a major underlying issue. Sure, they came to they came to your video because they wanted to learn how to make a cheesecake without baking it. However, most likely they're more interested in learning how to make high quality desserts with less effort. And if you understand that, you can get those people off of YouTube onto your mailing list or onto a digital product that you're selling, and you could potentially make more money. So going forward, stop looking at YouTube as just creating videos, but it should really be the front end or the front door of your business. And your thumbnails are that giant McDonald's logo or, that giant gas station logo that will get people to stop. And so I look at making a bunch of videos and making a bunch of thumbnails is me giving myself the best opportunity to get people to get off of the platform and onto something that I control. And I think you should too. That'll make it easier for you to get passive income. It'll make it easier for you to make more money in the long run. Number 3, email marketing will make you more money on and off the platform. If you don't know, email marketing is essentially when you send out emails to your target audience. And email marketing is one of the ways that you're going to get people to veer off of the YouTube highway and into something you can control. Email marketing is the only guaranteed way that you can reach out to your target audience and get in front of them consistently. It's not with YouTube. YouTube changes its algorithms. You have to understand the thumbnail, and you kind of have to do a lot of search and research in order to figure out how to get in front of your audience. However, once you get that person, they watch your videos, you want to get them on your mailing list so that you can sell them digital products. And don't be afraid of selling things. Side quest. Don't be afraid of selling things. Simply put, we're selling things every single day. My thumbnail to get you on this video is me selling that I have an idea, title and thumbnail. The first 3 to 4 minutes of this video, we're selling you on the idea to continue to watch the rest of this video. We're selling every single day. Don't be afraid to sell, because selling is ultimately required in order for you to be successful. Anyway, back on the main mission. You want to do email marketing, regardless of your niche, regardless of the type of content you create, for a number of reasons. As I mentioned, you can sell affiliate products. You can sell digital products. If you are interested in brand deals and sponsorships, if you reach out to a brand and say, I have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, they're going to say, okay, great. You could say, I have 1,000 subscribers, but I have 15,000 people on my mailing list. They're going to say, whoa, 15,000. Now that's something I want to hear. It's an asset that you can take with you, that if YouTube goes away tomorrow, if your YouTube account goes away tomorrow, you still have that email marketing, that email list to fall back on. You can say, hey, look, YouTube closed my account. I'm over here now. Come check me out. It is literally the only asset that you have that you can take with you. Social media comes and goes. The algorithms evolve and change and get better and worse. But you want to start email marketing. And the best way to start it, if you're a complete beginner, is you simply find an email service provider. There are tons of them out there. Some of them will let you start for free. I also have one, Gbolt Systems. Find one, don't fall in love with tools. You're going to create what's called a lead magnet, something you give away for free. If you're in the gaming niche, you could give away hotkeys for your video game. You could give away quick tips and tutorials, or you could just package together a quick workshop. If you are in the cooking niche, you give away a package of recipes or a shopping list planner, something along those lines. Then you create a landing page. A landing page is just a one-page website where your whole goal is to secure your target audience's name and email. Then you have a thank you page, and then you can set up what's called an autoresponder. An autoresponder sends out emails automatically on your behalf. Now, the cool thing about the autoresponder is you can embed in there links to your previous YouTube videos. You can link to things that you're selling, but this goes out automatically on your behalf. You build it once, you don't have to do it again and again and again. You need to be doing email marketing. No other guru is going to tell you that on YouTube. If you want to be successful on YouTube, do email marketing. In fact, what I would encourage you to do after this video, of course, is to go look at the most successful gurus on YouTube. I won't name any, but look at the successful ones. I guarantee you they're doing email marketing in some way. Either they are getting you to buy something and they're doing email marketing off of that, or they're giving you a lead magnet, or even they might be having you join their online community, which I don't recommend, but start doing email marketing today. If it's good enough for Amazon, it's good enough for you. Number 4, digital products versus the YouTube partner program revenue. Now, this is going to get a little math heavy. Which is easier to make 10K? In my opinion, it is easier, much easier to make 10K with digital products than the YouTube partner program. As I've mentioned several times, and I'll say it again, the YouTube partner program can provide inconsistent income and revenue. It depends on your niche. It depends on where your target audience lives. It depends on the year, and it even depends on the video. There's too many variables in there. So let me just give you some numbers. If you wanted to make $10,000 at a $5 RPM, you would need 2 million views. If you wanted to make $10,000 with a $15 RPM, revenue per 1,000, that's what RPM stands for, you would need 667,000 views to make 10K. Now, obviously, if your RPMs can vary, and they're usually a little bit lower if they're in an entertainment niche, but keep that in mind. You would need somewhere between 600,000 and 2 million views per month, which obviously isn't impossible, but let's look at the numbers for digital products. If you sold a $27 digital product, that's only 371 buyers. If you sold a $47 digital product, that's only 213 buyers. Do you think it's easier to get 2 million views or 371 buyers or 213 buyers? If you sold a $97 digital product, that's only 104 buyers. And then a $197 digital product, that's only 51 buyers. So what you could do is you could just do some quick back of the table math and work backwards. I don't have these numbers written down, but let's assume that 1% of your viewership buy from you. All you got to do is reverse engineer. You would take, to figure out how many buyers you need, you would just take 371 and assume that you would get 1%. You would need 1% of your viewers per month to make that 371. In my experience, in my opinion, it's much easier to do that. And it doesn't matter where the people live. Either they have the money or they don't. You can find buyers in all different parts of the country, in different parts of the world, and their money is all the same, right? It all goes into a payment processor. In my experience, having buyers, and I'll talk about this more in just a minute, having buyers is much better than just having views. The views on this channel have decreased dramatically, but buyers are buyers are buyers. So go think about that going forward when you're chasing views and you're chasing virality. Number 5, and this is going to help you make 10K much easier. You want to have what's called a value ladder. A value ladder is a way for you to make more money with the same or fewer customers. When you create a $27 digital product, that's not the end of the road. That's not it. There are other things that you can offer to your target audience to make 10K or whatever your income goal is. Now, I'm not claiming that you'll make any money. I'm just using these numbers to help you picture and conceptualize what I'm talking about. So when it comes to a value ladder, you offer something for free, a lead magnet, a freebie. Then you offer a $27 digital product. This could be a step-by-step guide or planner or mini workshop or a workbook, something along those lines. The next thing that you could offer is maybe a more in-depth course. That more in-depth course you could sell for $2.99 all the way through $4.99. After that, you could do a high-ticket course or a one-on-one coaching or mentorship, and then you can even offer a membership where you're getting paid every single month. When you have this value ladder, you have different tiers of service, you can make more money. And you won't have to chase views. And you won't have to constantly be on the content hamster wheel unless that's something you want to do. And you'll be more strategic about the content that you're creating in the front end. You won't create as much entertainment. You'll create more educational because you know the educational content is the front end of your value ladder. You have free, then you have a low ticket paid, then you have a mid ticket, then you have a high ticket, then you've got reoccurring. That's how you build financial freedom, regardless of what happens to your views. Your views go up, you make more money, but then you've got that email list to rely and fall back on. Start a value ladder today, and it can just be based within your niche. Tons of opportunity. Number 6, and this is really important, I wish I had learned this a lot sooner, is to create evergreen topic clusters. Instead of just creating one video on a piece of content or creating one video, I'll give you an example. Instead of creating one video on this microphone, create a cluster. A few things happen. One, you are signaling to YouTube that you know what you're talking about. You are giving yourself 5 bites of the apple instead of just one on this microphone. People are going to see your videos pop up multiple times on that same microphone, and it positions you as an expert and authority. So what I would do is I would create a review video, unboxing, first impression. I would then compare this microphone to its competitors. You can actually use YouTube to find these ideas. And then from there, I can start kind of talking about other things related to this microphone. However, like best features, best accessories, things of that nature. Start creating clusters, okay? And you can do this with cooking. You can do this with AutoCAD. You can do this with gaming. For example, how to run a run pass option in College Football 25. How to throw a deep pass in College Football 25. Using the same name, College Football 25, will help you create clusters, and you can create series, and you can start building credibility, and it'll give you more bites at the apple. And number 7, speaking of product focused, is making sure that you have an affiliate marketing angle. One of the biggest benefits of affiliate marketing, there's over 12,000 affiliate programs. There's tons of programs out there for you. However, one of the biggest benefits of affiliate marketing is it allows you to partner with established brands. You don't have to create your own product or service. You can go out there and partner with this is Warm Audio WA47 Junior. People know that this is a good product. And so if I create content about a product or service, it's easier for them to make the connection. I don't have to worry about shipping. I don't have to worry about returns. I can just make good content. So everyone should have an affiliate marketing component in their business. The overreaching thing I want to make sure that I convey to you is that look at your YouTube channel like a business. I know people, I said this in an earlier video, that a lot of people say that they are creating content for funsies, but they're not. It's a way to convince yourself to not be disappointed when you don't get the results that you're looking for. But one of the most important things that you can do is, if you look at YouTube like a business, and your YouTube videos like the front door to your business, you make better business decisions. You make more strategic business decisions, and you'll be making more money. You'll be happier. You won't be frustrated. Comment 20-minute club at the if you stayed until the end of this video. Comment which of these tips have been most helpful. What's something that has been eye-opening that you didn't realize through this video? How have you transformed? What's the transformation? How did this video help you? Comment down below. Hopefully we'll get some aha moments. We'll get some people in here that didn't think of YouTube in that way, and I have opened up their eyes and I've given them some assistance. So make sure that you like, comment, follow, share, subscribe, and watch this video next if you want to learn how to turn your YouTube channel into a money-making operation without having to worry about the YouTube Partner Program.